Yo, we're back and we're really charged again. We go tell your friend. Milk the charged again. Yeah. Are you good? I'm glad. Yeah, this video is about what race is closest to God. And I may surprise some people unless they saw the last video I posted. But I'm gonna go in order. Indians, I would say, are the closest to God for the just sake of righteousness. But saying that, they have some sinful things as well, like interbreeding, marrying cousins and all that, or even sisters. I don't even know, but there's a lot of that plays, and that's been said to give off body defunctions and mute kids and stuff like that, and that's supposed to be true, but I don't know about the mutations, but I know about the muting, because in Jamaica they was breeding, the white people was breeding cousins, and because they was breeding cousins, kids were coming out mute, they couldn't speak. So there's that in India, but the righteousness of their people is, for one, they don't look at their women as piece of meat as much. Maybe more these days, but they used to cover themselves up for starters. That's righteous. That's a righteous move in these times of sin. And they're more peaceful people. They're less violent. Have a less violent nature. And they have a good sense of humour as well, which is spiritual. So that's number one for me, I would say. Second would be the Chinese. Even though you have some Chinese who eat everything that has walked on the earth, which is very unholy. Plus, some of the history the Chinese have got is horrendous. Like what they've done to the Tibetans monks, to the Shaolin monks, to the Manchu, they done something pretty awesome as well, you know. And if you're gonna say Chinese, then are you gonna say the people from Thailand, or because they got some even hellish things out there? I don't even like to talk about them. Do you like to hear about them? Because they're bad. You know, they're the things that make me grateful for being an English citizen. That's something to be proud of, because we don't have that over here. If anything, what we have over here is people who kill you for that. So that's the difference. But anyway, back to the Chinese. They had all types of bad things in history, but they also got some amazing holy things like Shaolin Temple and Buddhism and the righteousness. Once again, they don't look at their women like a piece of meat. The women are beautiful women. They got some beautiful women. Like, and they have a less aggression. They have less aggression, even though they do kung fu. But then again, there's parts of them which is bad. So, but I'm weighing it up when I judge them. And then the next I would say is the black, because black people, for one, music. But then saying that, white people got some holy righteousness as well. They don't look at their women like a piece of meat, and some of them are less aggressive, but you can have some of them who are more aggressive, like the working white, but they call it white trash. And I don't know, I don't really class anything as trash because everything's beautiful, especially from birth. It's just that learnt behaviour. It's all learnt behaviour. And there's some black trash, but that's also the reason why I class black before white is because it's the white people who has made the black people become trash through history, how they've been treated, how they've been stripped of the land, language, jewels, fruits, ganja, holiness, spirituality, civilizations, pyramids, all these things stripped, and history, and there's no history for blacks until slavery. So what was we doing? And if we've got the pyramids, how come that ain't talked about and things like that? So that's only a percentage of, it's a big percent of white people because that's been their upbringing and how they've been raised and how they've been shown to view the world. It's been taught to many kids inside, I know that. Because just we have our secrets, they have theirs. So basically, after that, unfortunately, I would gonna be offensive for saying the truth. So do I say the truth, or is the truth negative? Because the truth should be positive all the time. But we're in negative times, also a negative situation. Because these people, like, okay, look, there's errors in the world. But people are born into these errors. People with deformity, that they didn't ask to be deformed, but they're born with it. That's a form of karma, which they've, all this bad things in history, these people keep coming back, and you get what you give. So in the next life, I think, I don't know what I've got, but I know it's going to be better than this one, because I've suffered, but I've still remained a good soul, like it was a test. Do you know what I mean? But I've also had a lot of beauty in my life, like at a stage before I knew about the world and certain things, and I was kind of naive and young. Life was blissful because I didn't know any better. But as I got older, I started seeing things and it changed me, and I didn't like the way I changed. So I was bitter, and I'm going to be bitter about that. But time is a healer for any injury in life, whether physical, mental, or spiritual. Time is a healer. And that's it with that. But apart from that, there's other races out there who are worse than the races I've said, because they have they're more vulgar, or they're more aggressive, or they have less manners or hygiene. But then again, it still comes down to a certain few. You can't judge all one race on one or two, or even a lot of people. There's still going to be an innocence. An innocence is something that you're born with, and it doesn't matter what family you're born in. You have a sense to say, well, that isn't right. And if you have a sense to say that isn't right, that usually balances out everything. Violence, sexual behaviour, mental intelligence, aggression, thoughtfulness, strategy, thinking. All them things come from the essence of innocence, knowing right from wrong. That's your innocence. That's what you take with you from soul to soul. That's me speaking now. This innocence now is me. My innocence tells me basically right from wrong. That's it. There's right from wrong. You know it, but people know it and still go against it. So, I ain't going to mention the races I think are worse because I know how that may feel and it's not a good positive thing, so I'd leave that as that. I would have usually say truth is the best way, but we're in a time with truth is irrelevant. It's the least used thing in these times. It's the least used thing. Lies are more of the way we're living. We lie for a living. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna eat now.